Okay, so we are officially 1 month into Trump and Bibi's war on Iran. It is not getting better. This is the small excursion that was only supposed to take a few days, mind you. It's now been a month. Like we all said it would be. It would take months, if not longer, years. And there's no there's no off-ramp in sight. There's no sign of slowing down. They keep on talking about a final blow, but what does a final blow actually look like? Sending troops to take over Karg Island, so they will be sitting ducks for the Iranians to just blow up the entire island and then have thousands of casualties and then use that as an event to further invade Iran and just extending the war even further. Like, we still don't really know what the objective here is from Donald Trump other than make Bibi happy. And Bibi just wants to destroy Iran. And Iran's not going out without a fight. So there's no real off ramp yet. And I don't see one coming soon. And there's been talks of prepping for nuclear war. Somebody from the UN posted on Twitter that they resigned yesterday and warned that they were preparing for nuclear war, for the possibility of nuclear war. And we're gonna get into that in a bit. But Israel has nukes, US has nukes, Iran doesn't have nukes. So we can take a guess at who they think is going to send them, and we all fucking know, like, Donald Trump wanted to fucking nuke a hurricane in his first term to stop it. That's a real thing you can look up. He is not. I don't think Bibi has any qualms with fucking dropping nukes on fucking Iran. And they would decimate Tehran if they were to do it on. Tehran is a city of 10 million people. Iran is a country of 90 million. It's a beautiful fucking country. Like, and even if they don't drop a nuke, Trump is threatening to obliterate the nuclear power plants and all of a lot of their major power plants. And if they were to do that, there would be no power in the entire country. If there was no power in the entire country, they wouldn't be able to do any surgeries or any life-saving procedures. They would be running on like maybe like what I don't even know how they would. They'd be like using coal. I don't know. They wouldn't have power. They would have to evacuate and have rolling blackout. Like what Cuba is going through. Like they wouldn't have any power. Like not only that, the biggest power plant in Iran is the Bushehr power plant facility. It's a nuclear power plant. I made a video on it before, but that is literally like if you're threatening to blow that up, that's like threatening a Chernobyl on Iran. That is the possibility of what could happen if you are blowing up a nuclear power plant. That's what Chernobyl was, an explosion of a nuclear power plant. And it's been 40 years, it's still uninhabitable. They just started doing a like a rehabilitation of the area in like 2016, and they said it's going to take 50 years. That is what they are threatening here. Not only, and they are also fucking threatening to, well, Trump is threatening to blow up the desalination plants, which are the facilities that desalinate the water, take the salt out of the water so it is drinkable for human life and consumption. The entire Middle East relies on desalination plants. Like, if all the desalination plants are taken out, because it will be a chain reaction. If Iran gets theirs taken out, they will start taking out the surrounding neighbors that are allies with the United States. And then the entire region will be uninhabitable because they don't have fucking water. If you think people are desperate now, just wait till they don't have fucking water. Water is the necessary life source to live. Like, way more necessary than oil or fucking any fertilizer or anything that we've been, like, water? That's a big fucking deal. The entire fucking region would be uninhabitable. Not to mention the fucking shipways and the waterways have been a lot. Like the Strait of Hormuz is closed. The Houthis have joined the war, which we're about to talk about, and the Red Sea shipping ways may be closed soon. Who knows? Like they wouldn't even be able to get anything in there, like any shipments of water in or anything. So I don't know. It would be very fucking bad. No option here where they are preparing for a final blow is good at all. It goes from ground invasion to nuke. You run the gamut, and every single one would just be a fucking disaster. Thousands and thousands and thousands dead. The only way to really like Trump would just have to like call it quits and say that oh yeah, we won, it's over now. But I don't even think that would solve anything because the Iranians are in it. Like they're in it now. And that's how they feel. Like you opened Pandora's box and we're not gonna let you fucking close it, bitch. Like that's the energy they have. And I don't fucking blame them. Like what guarantee do they have that you won't be back in 6 to 8 months to start another war like you did last time? Okay, so yesterday the Houthis joined the fight. I felt very Smash Bros. Sorry. What the Houthis' entry into the Iran war means for the conflict and the wider region. Fresh attacks on Red Sea shipping would be devastating, but the Iranian proxy has reasons to be cautious. The true significance of the long-awaited entry of Yemen's Houthis into the Iran war depends on whether the Tehran-backed proxy group is intending to send a few missiles and drones from a distance towards Israel, or will instead capitalize on its proximity to the narrow Bab al-Mandab Strait to effectively close off the Red Sea to shipping, just as Iran has in effect shut the Strait of Hormuz. The combined effect of both waterways being shut to commercial traffic from countries that neither the Iranians nor Houthis favor would be devastating. Napoleon remarked that the policy of a state lies in its geography has never seemed more apt. You can see, like, so up near Iran and Oman, that's the Strait of Hormuz. Down near Yemen, you're the most southern part of Yemen, that is the Bab al-Mandab Strait. So that is how a lot of shipping container ships and all the like cargo ships are actually getting through to Saudi Arabia, Egypt, Sudan. So if that were to be closed, there will be nothing getting in, nothing getting out. It would be like the oil market would halt. It's already taken a huge hit with the Strait of Hormuz being closed. Just the only thing, the only salvation at this moment in time has been the Red Sea. If the Houthis cut that off, and remember, the Houthis were so resourceful that the U.S. couldn't beat them, and they had to get a fucking ceasefire because the Houthis were beating America's ass in that fight. And that's really one of the only ways you can get to Saudi Arabia, other than you would have to go through Oman by land or by land through Egypt, which I don't know if you could, and Jordan, I don't think you could. I believe Jordan is sympathetic to the cause of the Palestinians and Lebanon. I'm not entirely sure. I could be wrong. And then Iraq, no. Nope. Syria, yes, but Syria doesn't have a lot, like, they only have the coastline. They're not really attached, like, they're attached through Iraq, which you go through, but then you run the risk of a whole lot of shit. There's, I guess Napoleon was right. So this is crazy. This man, he was a UN diplomat. He has quit his role tried to blow the whistle. He's a whistleblower. Huge warning to the global community. I heard about this. I wanted to see what the mainstream media was saying, and there's no articles from the mainstream American corporate media. There's an MSN thing, which is curated by Copilot. I looked it up. Copilot is MSN's AI. So this was curated by an AI bot. Nobody even bothered to do journalism. And he made this statement yesterday. Yesterday at 6:43 a.m. It's a little crazy to me. Where's MSNBC? Where's CNN? Like, where are you now? Where are you, Rachel Maddow? Anderson Cooper? Like, the fuck? So this is a diplomat from the UN who just quit so he could blow the whistle and bang the drum on his way out, Mohammed Safa. I don't think people understand the gravity of the situation as the UN is preparing for possible nuclear weapon use in Iran. This is a picture of Tehran. He's reading. You uneducated, untraveled, never served warhawks licking your chops at the thought of bombing it. It's not some low population desert. There are families, children, family pets, regular working class people with dreams. You're sick to want war. I gave up my diplomatic career to leak this information. I suspended my duties as to not be a part or a witness to this crime against humanity in an attempt to prevent a nuclear winter before it is too late. This is a diplomat from the UN. This is not some fringe actor. He is saying the UN is preparing for the possibility of nuclear war. And we have to understand that, nuclear war does not just mean that U.S. or Israel will drop some nukes on Tehran. It means that they will be creating a permission structure for people to use nukes. What do you think fucking Vladimir Putin is going to do the second he hears a nuke gets dropped? He's been fighting a war against Ukraine for 4 years now. Very easy way to win, drop a nuke. If Donald Trump or Benjamin Netanyahu gives him a fucking permission structure to do so, he will. Not only, it's not just him that we have to worry about, it's everybody who has fucking nukes. And make no fucking mistake, if Iran actually had nukes, this would not be happening. Yesterday, nearly 10 million people protested No Kings in the United States. The possibility of the use of nuclear weapons must be taken very seriously. It's dangerous. Act now. Spread this message worldwide. Take to the streets. Protest for our humanity and future. Only the people can stop it. History will remember us. And he posted a picture of Tehran. I don't think people understand. I feel like people feel like the Middle East is so homogenized and so similar to each other. Tehran is such a fucking beautiful country. It's mountainous. There's tons of grassy plains and there's lots of greenery. And it's just a beautiful, huge country with 90 million people in it. The population is so fucking educated. The most of the collegiate graduates are women. It's still a repressive society, but it's nowhere near what you are thinking of. A lot of Americans and the Western chauvinism of it all will be like, oh, we'll hear the Middle East and think the Taliban and what it's like in Afghanistan or what it was before, during, or before the war. And that's just ignorant, I have to say. It's just ignorant. That's not what the entire region of the world is like. That's ridiculous and dumb. It just is. It's a highly developed society, and there's 10 million people in this one city alone. So Mohammed Safed, a diplomat and a longtime UN representative for the Patriotic Vision Association, resigned from his role, accusing the United Nations of preparing for the possible use of nuclear weapons in Iran. Safed, who served as PBA's main representative at the United Nations for nearly 12 years, announced his resignation on X on Sunday, stating that he could no longer continue in his role at a time when the UN is preparing for a possible nuclear weapon use in Iran. And this is actually his resignation post and his resignation letter. After much reflection, after it became clear to me that some UN seniors are serving a powerful lobby and not the UN, I have decided to suspend all my duties as PVA main representative at the UN and from all UN committees, groups of which I am a member. I cannot in good conscience be a part of or a witness to what is happening at a time when the UN is preparing for possible nuclear weapon use. It has been an honor cooperating with the UN for nearly 12 years under different secretaries generals and human rights council presidents, leading PVA delegation. May God bless this world. This is a very fucking serious thing. This is a very fucking big deal. It should be at the top. It should be the top story on every single news program today. Every single one. All of MSNBC should be reading this off like verbatim, like banging the fucking drum. A UN official is leaving, blowing the whistle because the UN is preparing for the possibility of nuclear war. And the American public is not being properly informed. Worthless. Just journalistic malpractice does not even begin to describe the level of bullshit that they just pump out on a regular basis. It's absolutely fucking disgusting. When we do Nuremberg, we need to advocate for them to be locked up for at least a few years because what the fuck? I'm taking names. Is the US ready to invade Iran? What Trump's moves tell us so far. And if we're taking like any, I keep on saying it, but if we're taking his past behavior and his pattern, like his past behavior as a pattern for his future actions, then him building up military presence in the region just means that he is going to do something. The last time that he built up military presence in the region was when he started the war. And before that, the last time he built up military presence in any region was when he abducted Maduro out of his fucking bed at night and invaded Caracas. Like, this is the playbook. This is how it goes. Expectations of potential U.S. ground invasion in Iran are mounting as the war enters its second month. Additional U.S. troops have been deployed to the Middle East in recent days as the U.S. Department of Defense prepares for limited ground operations in Iran, according to reports in U.S. media. None of which would go well. The invasion of Karg Island is what's getting floated the most, and it would be a fucking disaster. I think it's like 90% of Iran's oil refineries are on that little island, or 90% of the oil comes from that little island. If they can't have it, what makes you think they're going to let you have it? This little island that is right off their coast, that is close enough to get hit by any of their weapons. You would need thousands of troops to take over that island, and they'd be sitting there waiting to get killed, like waiting to be bombed, just sitting ducks. Two unnamed U.S. officials told the Washington Post on Saturday that the Defense Department is gearing up for raids on Karg Island, where 90% of Iran's crude oil exports are processed and coastal sites close to the Strait of Hormuz. It's just so stupid. Like, it's just so stupid. The strait through which 20% of the world's oil and liquefied natural gas supplies are transported in peacetime was in effect closed by Iran after the first US-Israeli strikes on Tehran a month ago. Since then, only a few mostly Chinese, Indian, and Pakistani flagged ships have been granted safe passage. This has crippled global energy markets and sent the price of Brent crude, the global benchmark, soaring from about $65 per barrel pre-war to close to $116 a barrel on Monday. Jesus Christ. So this is the Strait of Hormuz. So you can see Oman controls like that bottom part, but all of it is like most of it is the coast of Iran. Like no matter where you come from, whether there's the UAE or Oman, you're right next to the coast of Iran. It's gonna be the exact same fucking thing. Like they're just gonna blow you the fuck up. It's as they have with multiple fucking tankers. U.S. military plans, which appear to fall short of a full invasion, could involve raids by special operations and conventional infantry troops, the Post reported. On Sunday, in an interview with the Financial Times, U.S. President Donald Trump said he wants to take the oil in Iran and could see. We know. Like, we know. We know. Okay? We know. And could seize Karg Island. Well, you shouldn't, because they're just gonna use this. Everybody's gonna tell them not to invade Karg Island because it's gonna go poorly. He's gonna do it anyway. All those troops are gonna die, and then they're gonna say, "Oh, look what they did! They killed all of our troops. Now we have to invade the mainland. Now we have to do a full boots on the ground invasion of Iran." They're so, and they don't give a fuck if the fucking service members die. It's less than collateral damage. It's pawns. They don't give a fuck. Iran's parliament speaker Mohammad Bagher Ghalibaf said U.S. troops would face resistance if they attempted an invasion. Our men are waiting for the arrival of the American soldiers on the ground to set them on fire and punish their regional allies once and for all, he said in a statement on Sunday carried by the official IRNA news agency. Like I said, they're not fucking around. And from all the reports that I've been seeing, they're like kind of baiting the U.S. and Israel. Like, do it. Try it. Invade Karg Island. Try and invade Iran. Try it. We'll be waiting. Like, they're not fucking around. And Donald Trump keeps on playing with these people as if they're not a serious threat. Like, as of mid-2025, long before the war on Iran began, there were 40,000 to 50,000 U.S. soldiers stationed around the Middle East. What a waste of money. What a waste. For what? For what? For what? What does that have to do with you in America? Do you feel safer because there's 50,000 troops all around the world, or specifically in the Middle East? That is literally only they're only there to protect American capital. They are there to protect the interests of the billionaires. The bullshit. 40 to 50,000 U.S. soldiers stationed around the Middle East, compromising personnel stationed in both large permanent bases and smaller forward sites across the region. Yeah, when you start a fucking war with a country of which is in the region that you have up to 50,000 fucking people in, you put every single one of those people at risk. That is what Donald Trump was playing with. 50,000 people's lives. Not to mention everybody in Iran, everybody in Lebanon, everybody that's died because of this fucking ridiculous, dumbass, illegal, and offensive war that has no goal or no end in sight. Trump has been beefing up U.S. military presence in the Middle East since the start of this year, initially sending warships, including the Abraham Lincoln aircraft carrier, to the Arabian Sea. According to open source intelligence analysts and military flight tracking data, the U.S. has deployed more than 120 aircraft to the region since early February. Jesus fucking Christ. More than 120 aircraft to the region since early February. 2 months. In 2 months, 120 aircraft. It is the biggest surge in U.S. air power in the Middle East since the 2003 Iraq War. That went well. Jesus fucking Christ. What a shit show. So Trump threatens to obliterate Iran's energy grid if ceasefire not reached shortly. If he were to obliterate Iran's energy grid, it would be a fucking disaster. Like, with most priority, Iran needs to have fucking power. They need to power their homes, power their machinery, power their medical devices, power their hospitals. They need power. Also, it would be a humongous environmental disaster if he were to actually obliterate Iran's energy grid. Like I said, he's been talking about blowing up a nuclear power plant, Bushehr Energy Power Plant. If he were to do that, like I already said, and I made a video about this last week, he is threatening Chernobyl on them. Like, that would be a humongous disaster. The area would be uninhabitable. A lot of the residents near it and a lot of the people near it would probably develop cancer. Who knows what range of fucking diseases they could fucking develop from the radiation. Like, and even if you were to hit like an oil plant, or it would be, there's always a possibility for oil spills, and that's a fucking huge environmental disaster. On top of the fact that this has already been a huge environmental disaster. The first 14 days of it, there was, what was it, like 5 million tons of CO2 released in just the first 14 days? And it's only gotten worse since then. It's only going to get worse. And our planet was already on fire. This is fucking ridiculous. Donald Trump has threatened to obliterate Iran's power stations and fresh water plants if Tehran does not agree to peace terms shortly, even as he has claimed diplomatic progress in ending the war that was instigated by the US and Israel. And like I said, if they obliterate the fresh water plants, Iran will not have water. They won't have fresh water to drink, to survive. They would have to evacuate. And before they evacuate, what they're going to do is hit the desalination plants of the UAE, Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, Bahrain. Like, it would be a humongous disaster. The entire region of the world would be uninhabitable for a couple years, probably, at least months, because they would not be able to have drinking water. They would not be able to survive. They would not be able to grow anything. They would not be able, like, they would have to leave. They just, like, it would be uninhabitable. In a post on his True Social, of course, on his fucking dumbass, fucking failing social media platform, Trump expressed confidence that a negotiated settlement would soon be reached, adding that the U.S. was in serious discussions with what he characterized quixotically as a more reasonable regime in Tehran. And every single time Tehran gets on the news and says, no, we're not in talks with the U.S., actually, we haven't made any progress. But he said if a deal was not struck, including to reopen the Strait of Hormuz shipping lane, U.S. forces would destroy all of their electric generating plants, oil wells, and Karg Island, and possibly all desalination plants. Destroying civilian infrastructure such as power and water facilities would be illegal under international humanitarian law and would probably constitute a war crime. Probably. That's not even the main concern. Like, yes, it's a humongous war crime, but the result of that war crime would be that the region is uninhabitable. People would have to evacuate their homes. Not even like just the building that they live in. No, they would need to evacuate their home ancestral land. A country that is what, like 5,000 years old? Jesus fucking Christ. The culture is Persian. Later on Monday, the White House press secretary Caroline Leavitt said Trump would be willing to ask Arab countries to help foot the bill for Iran war. Oh my God. I think it's something the president would be quite interested in calling him to do, she told reporters. It's an idea that I know he has. Could you imagine? Could you imagine you're one of the fucking Gulf states? You're Saudi Arabia, UAE. You've been getting lit the fuck up. All because Benjamin Netanyahu and Donald Trump started this illegal and offensive war that serves you really no benefit. And now, after you've lost a ton of money, your economies have come to a halt, your countries that basically run on tourism are facing a tourism crisis now. He's asking you to foot the bill. He's basically pushing them into the arms of China. Like, the art of the deal is just to bully people into what, like, wow, there is no art of the deal, bitch. It's all just a fallacy. It's all a con, a fraud. He's a bitch, a fucking bankrupt businessman. Just shit. Shit. The Iranian Foreign Ministry spokesperson on Monday acknowledged Tehran had received a 15-point proposal from the Trump administration. However, he said there had been no direct negotiations with Washington, adding that the U.S. demands were excessive, unrealistic, and irrational. Sounds like Trump. Mohammad Bagher Ghalibaf, Iran's parliamentary speaker, dismissed the talks in Islamabad as cover for more U.S. troops being brought into the region, adding that Iranian forces were waiting for the arrival of American troops on the ground to set them on fire and punish the regional partners forever. So watch out, UAE and fucking Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, Bahrain, Israel, Syria. They're not fucking around. Like, I keep on saying it, but like I don't understand why people are failing to realize. Like, why can't you see? This is an existential war for them. The American public doesn't give a fuck. You have conscientious objectors in mass droves. You have the reports of the fucking sailors starting fires and shit on the fucking boats and then being covered up as a laundry fire. We still don't know what it is. The boat's going to be out of commission for like 2 years. It's insane. Also, we had reports that it might have been them, the sailors, who were flushing their shirts down the toilets to back up the sewage, so they would have to go get it fixed and get off their tour. Lowest support for a war going into it. Lowest support for a war ever, even lower than the war and the end of the Vietnam War. And like 60,000 people had died. Like, way more died, but like at a certain point, there had already been like 60,000 people died, and they still sent more people. Like, Jesus Christ. Erica Guevara Rosas, Amnesty International's senior director for research, advocacy, policy, and campaigns, said intentionally attacking civilian infrastructure such as power plants is generally prohibited, even in the limited cases that they qualify as military targets. They don't. I mean, they. It's not. I don't think like a general staying at a hotel qualifies civilian infrastructure as a military asset. But that's what we've been tried to make, like they've tried to make us believe that to be the truth. It's not. The party still cannot attack power plants if this may cause disproportionate harm to civilians. Given that such power plants are essential for meeting the basic needs and livelihoods of tens of millions of civilians, attacking them would be disproportionate and thus unlawful under international humanitarian law and could amount to a war crime. It would pretty much be the definition of a fucking war crime. Like, what? Attacking a nation's ability to have fresh water to drink and survive. The most basic life source there is. This is insane. So, amid all of this, the US is directing American embassies to wage campaign against foreign hostility with Elon Musk's help. Huh? What are you talking about? A cable signed by Marco Rubio and seen by The Guardian suggests that staff work with the Pentagon's Psychological Operations Unit. So the State Department is working with the military's, the Pentagon's PSYOP unit. Psychological operations. PSYOPs. Huh? The United States has directed every American embassy and consulate across the world to launch a coordinated campaigns against foreign propaganda and endorses Elon Musk's X as an innovative tool to help to do it. Huh? So the State Department is telling the embassies to shut down foreign propaganda over X. And by foreign propaganda, I'm guessing they just mean like accurate reporting. Because the biggest producer of foreign propaganda is Israel, Marco. So why don't you go talk to them? They created a whole fucking word for it. Hospira. The fuck? Like, what do you mean? What do you mean? The cable signed by Secretary of State Marco Rubio on Monday and obtained by The Guardian also suggests embassies and consulates work along the U.S. military psychological operations unit to address the problem of rampant disinformation. This is coming from the State Department that lies to us on a regular basis. They said the other day that one of the aircraft that went down in Iraq or something was damaged. And we finally got a photo of it, like yesterday or the day before. It was obliterated. The entire thing, the entire back half of it was gone. Like, they are lying to us regularly. And they get caught all the fucking time. It lays out a sweeping set of instructions for how embassy staff should push back against what it describes as coordinated foreign efforts to undermine American interests abroad. So by that, do you mean like Russia and how they've been trying to pursue psychological operations on the American public for 10 years or more? Are you going to talk about how Jeffrey Epstein was talking about things like Pizzagate and Brexit and all of these things? Are you going to talk about that? No? Oh, okay. People instructs those embassies and consulates to pursue 5 broad goals: countering hostile messaging, expanding access to information, their information, and their version of the truth, exposing adversary behavior, elevating local voices who support American interests, oh my god, and promoting what it calls telling America's story. What? What is America's story? We committed a genocide for this land and then got a bunch of people enslaved to build it. I that what? Anyways, what? Like, embassies are told to recruit local influencers, academics, and community leaders abroad to carry counter propaganda messaging. An approach designed to make American funded narratives feel locally organic rather than centrally directed. They're literally telling the embassies, find people in other countries that represent our interests and elevate them. Try and make it seem more organic. Try and generate dissent within these countries. I, I'm sorry. I think I just hallucinated. What? If any fucking country, except for fucking like Russia and Israel, because they can get away with fucking anything in the fucking United States, but if any other fucking country was like blatantly admitting to having done this and saying that like and try what? What? So America's now going around the world hiring propagandists and working with the psychological operations unit in order to make it seem more organic. And they're trying to do what Russia did to America. They didn't have a problem with it. They were just taking notes. They're trying to stoke culture wars and all these fucking shit. Like, it's so gross. Notably, the cable tells diplomatic offices to coordinate their work with the Department of War's psychological operations. The military unit, more commonly known as MISO or Military Information Support Operations, formerly PSYOP, which is a part of the Pentagon. Just blatantly admitting. The cable also endorses Elon Musk's platform, X by name, specifically its Community Notes feature as an innovated and crowdsourced instrument to cull disinformation in countering anti-American propaganda operations without compromising free speech or privacy. Elon Musk is in the pocket of this regime. Like, what is stopping them from contacting Elon and saying, hey, we are going to need you to not let anything that doesn't match up with our official messaging into your community notes. We'll give you a tax credit on your fucking EVs or what? Like, what is stopping them? This is the most corrupt regime in American history. I don't. I'm not gonna put it past them. The fuck? Why would I? Just fucking ridiculous. Offices and embassies globally are also told to increase the availability of international news and independent analysis translated into local languages, in effect, tasking embassies with becoming distribution hubs for foreign language media in countries where the cable notes anti-American propaganda is pervasive or where information is restricted. So now they're basically getting mini little Jonathan Greenblatts for America all around the region and all around the world. They're trying to make little ADLs and Jewish insiders and all these fucking stupid fucking things that are like just Zionist rags dressed up in caring about anti-Semitism or any actual Jewish person's well-being. This is just a fucking shit show, and it's not getting fucking better. That's all I got for you today.
Okay, so
Kristi Noem's husband, our Ice Barbies, Ken, has been exposed for being a secret closet crossy. You heard that right. He's a cross-dresser. He has been exposed majorly with photo evidence and text evidence that he is a, for lack of a better term, transvestite. He's a secret closet crossy. He is a crossdresser. CD Cindy. So, added to the list of embarrassments for Kristi Noem. But this motherfucker is out here dressing up like women. She's out there cosplaying as every other fucking career under the sun that she does not have. Like, my God. And she's having an affair with fucking Corey Lewandowski, her fucking slam piece and / aide. Jesus Christ. This all coming from the Christian values, pro-family, pro-life crowd. The Republicans. The previous director of the fucking, what the fuck is it called? The previous director of the fucking Department of Homeland Security's husband was texting escorts, mind you, sex workers, good enough to fuck, but we will continue to vilify you and make you marginalized and turn you into the dregs of society, but we will continue to buy your services and pay for your body. He's the shit. So, Bryon is his name. Bryon was exposed by escorts for being a secret closet crossy. He is a cross-dresser. She. Oh no. What should we call her? Her name's Bryon? Brianna? No. Brianna. We gotta go. We just gotta, so get into it. Secret double life of Kristi Noem's cross-dressing husband, Bryon, the transvestite. He is a sweet transvestite from transsexual Transylvania, baby. Secret double life of Kristi Noem's cross-dressing husband, Bryon. The pouting, busty bimbo photos and trove of explicit messages. Go on with your bad self, Bryon. Oh, Kristi Noem. I can't even get through this. This is so stupid. Kristi Noem's husband is today revealed as a secret crossdresser who dons gigantic fake breasts and pink hot pants to chat with online fetish models. Huh? This is also the woman, like, Kristi Noem signed in multiple pieces of legislation that were harmful to trans people. Meanwhile, her husband likes to fuck girls while wearing a boobs. Not really boobs. I saw the picture. Those are balloons. Literal balloons. While his wife has operated at the highest echelons of government, handling matters of national security in her recent role as DHS secretary, Bryon Noem, 56, has been dressing up and paying adult entertainers to talk dirty. A whole bunch of fucking hypocrites. Also, while she's been operating at the highest echelons of the government and handling matters of national security, blah, 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 which she wasn't. She was a puppet for Stephen Miller to be able to control that organization. But that's a story for another video. During all of that, Kristi Noem was getting in with her slam piece, Corey Lewandowski, literally living with her on that base, to what we have known. Like, there's never been a denial of it that I know of. There's been a lot of reporting about it, and it's pretty much like an open secret. Like, what, they're always together. Like, it's crazy. And even I think he admits that she's been cheating on him. And so, like, I mean, those in glass houses, but okay. The Daily Mail has reviewed hundreds of messages involving 3 women from the bimbofication scene, where porn performers transform themselves into real-life Barbie dolls by pumping colossal amounts of saline into their breasts. Huh? You mean a boob job? No. Saline into their breast? Saline is just water. I guess it would just dissolve. Weird. What? This is what people have to do in order to entertain these sick men? Jesus fucking Christ. We need, like, all this. I think we have taken the phrase, we shouldn't kink shame, way too far. I think there's some things, like, what? Nobody needs to be pumping colossal amounts of saline into their breasts in order to turn somebody on. If you need that to be turned on, go to a doctor. I'm pretty sure there's some sex therapists out there that can help you. What the fuck? You should just be able to have sex. Maybe do some, I don't know, like, kinky stuff. I don't, not for me, but, to each their own. There's, like, stuff within the normal range that is not paying women to pump colossal amounts. I'm gay, so, like, I'm one to talk. Like, the gay guys, they be going way too fucking far too. Everybody go way too far. Like, just chill, relax. It's crazy. All this sexual repression is just, like, leads to all this craziness. We really need to just fund education, fund sex education, good sex education, like, where we talk about consent and different same-sex education. Same-sex sex education? I don't know. And everybody should be learning about reproductive organs regardless of which ones they have. They should be learning about both. But men need to know more about periods. Period. Or men need to know more about menstruation. Period. 100%. And not even just menstruation. Men need to know more about the reproductive anatomy of the female sex. Who's he? They just do. What a tangent. Sorry, ADHD. Speaking of, Jesus fuck, Tiger, you look like shit. Tiger Woods, my goodness, ladies and gentlemen. This is what, his, like, second DUI? And he also rolled over before. Second time he's rolled over. Second DUI. Second time being found with pills on him. I mean, last time he was asleep at the wheel, so. Tangent, sorry. He looks like shit. I mean, man, what a fall from grace. How many fucking mistresses did he have? Like 27? Was it 17? 27? Somewhere in that zone. Back to the article, sorry. Bryon has lavished praise on their surgically enhanced bodies, confessed his lust for huge, ridiculous boobs. Okay. We should all know less about each other. We and even made indiscreet remarks about his 34-year marriage to former Homeland Security Secretary Kristi. Just Kristi? Why that's so familiar, Daily Mail. And shout out to Daily Mail for actually doing some real journalism for once in a lifetime. Never happened before that I can think of, but good for you. Secretary Kristi Noem, our investigation can exclusively disclose. Damn. In a selfie shared with one of his online contacts, Bryon is... Oh my god, stop. He's staring at me in the face. In a selfie shared... In a selfie shared with one of his online contacts, Bryon, an insurance mogul, can be seen in... In a selfie shared with one of his online contacts, Bryon, an insurance mogul, can be seen squeezing into a flesh-colored crop top and skin-tight pink shorts. The rugged father of three, not rugged. They said he's a brick. Cross-dresser. Oh, the rugged father of three appears to have stuffed 2 balloons inside his shirt to resemble breasts, positioning the knots to mimic nipple. He's a secret closet crossy. He's a transvestite. CD Cindy. Ooh. She's ugly. Sorry. Oh. You need to fix your... Sir, your breasts. Sir, you need to fix your breasts. Not the duck face, too. Like, oh my god. That's really not your angle, sister. Another photo shows the rancher and businessman wearing figure-hugging green leggings and a white top stretched over 2 bulging not bulging orbs. He's got some tiggle bitties. Remarkably, Bryon's face is clearly visible in both images. He pouts playfully at the camera, seemingly unconcerned that his online activity could pose security implications for his wife's position at the heart of the Trump administration. He didn't give a fuck. He was horny. Text and WhatsApp messages reveal that Bryon was being repeatedly asked for money during the 14 months Noem led the nation's largest federal law enforcement agency. I guess it's hard to find a woman in the wild to... I don't exactly know who would be into this, but I'm sure she's out there. He sent his secret roster, not a roster, of online acquaintances at least $25,000. Oh my god, send me $25,000. Via Cash App and PayPal, but when the payments were delayed or failed to materialize, the chats would quickly turn sour. One of the women became so disgruntled she posted about his behavior on social media before later deleting it. Oh. What are we... Oh, he's got his nipples on right. Good for her. What do you think she calls herself? Rictina. Rickany. Brickney. She's a brick house. Oh God. Why is he trying to mug the camera? Uh, 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 not the duck face. Oh my God. Oh my God. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. This is good. Just good. That's good. That's just good stuff. Dude, fuck. When Daily Mail reached Bryon by telephone, he did not deny having explicit conversations or sharing photos of himself dressed as a woman. He's standing by it. Yes, yes, he's a secret closet crossy. What about it? Oh, poor Bryon. I feel bad for her. Bryonna. Well, come to the gay bar. I know some drag queens. We can make you over. Oh my God. You know that there's actually so this is actually a thing for straight men. There's actually a convention all about it. Cross-dressing convention. Let me look it up. I'll cut this part. Yeah, several conventions and social groups cater to heterosexual men who cross-dress, offering safe, supportive spaces for socializing, fashion advice, and going out on femme. While many events have evolved to be more inclusive of a broader trans LGBTQIA plus community, some retain a focus on heterosexual cross-dressers. So I've heard stories of people people within the gender spectrum, like gender nonconforming, trans people, drag queens, blah 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 blah, whatever, that go to see what this is like because we've heard about it so much. Because these men, when they don't feel comfortable asking their wives and their girlfriends if they're okay with this, they will go to trans women and get them to do it. And usually it's trans women who are the sex workers that they go to, and or the ones they go to hook up with. And so because I'm a gay man, because of our closeness with trans women, they've always told us about it. And so I've known of a few people that have actually gone to see what it's like. And it's a lot of married couples, straight married couples, and it would be the woman and then the man, and he's a woman, and he has a name, and he Hi, my name's Pepper. Hi, I'm Pepper. It's a thing. I don't know. I can't explain the psychology of it, but I can explain the act. Like, I know what happens. I just don't know why. Beats me, babe. Beats me, because they have no interest of being women outside of the bedroom. It's pure transvestism. And even like they do like to go out in like semi-public places like these conventions, but only in places where they know that they're safe and like nobody is going to, if they see somebody else there, it's like mutually assured destruction, you know? Like you're both secret closet crossies. You're both cross-dressers, you know? Oh God. Oh. It was also put to him that he had made indiscreet comments about his wife and could have endangered national security by exposing her to the threat of blackmail. Yeah, it made no comments like that. That would lead to that. Byron, sorry. I keep on wanting to call him fucking Byron because his name looks like some dumb fuck spelled it. You illiterate fuck from middle of the middle of South Dakota. Like, who knows? Bryon. What if you wanted a unique name? Name your child a unique name. The fuck, Bryon. Byron. I'm gonna call him Byron. Byron replied, "I deny the second part of that." He denies the second part of that? So you don't deny the first part. So you did make. Wait, what? Oh, so he means he does not deny being in secret closet Crossy and talking to escorts. Okay. I I deny the second part of that. He then hung up. Mrs. Noem is devastated. Oh, I'm sure. A spokesperson for the former DHS secretary told the Daily Mail the family was blindsided by this. They asked for privacy and prayers. Privacy and prayers. Absolutely the fuck not. We won't. You will not be getting any of that, bitch. Hello? No. Privacy and prayers. How about a square kick in the ass? How about that? The fuck? And no, she's not devastated. You know she's fucking pumped because she doesn't have to fucking pretend to be married to that motherfucker anymore. She can actually just divorce him and then go fuck her slam piece and marry him. Corey Lewandowski. Kristi and Bryon Noem met in high school, married in 1992. I wonder if he was doing all this in high school. Married in 1992 and raised daughters Cassidy, Kennedy, 31, 29, and son Booker, 23. Oh, they're empty nesters now. They can actually works well for the divorce. Hello. What? I don't know the woman that wants to see an, a middle-aged mediocre ass. Like, it's not even good. I don't know any women who wants to see. I don't know. Maybe I'm just judging him for what. I mean, look, he's a good-looking man in that photo right there with Kristi, with Ice Barbie. He's a fine-looking gentleman. I mean, he's not like super attractive. I mean, he's not like really attractive or anything, but he's like he's handsome. But I don't know about. We just gotta keep going. Jesus fucking Christ. Oh, look right there. Corey Lewandowski resurfaces with Kristi Noem on an official trip to Guyana despite mounting probes. Like they do to each other, or oh no, question. Never mind. Sorry, inappropriate. The vast trove of saucy texts, WhatsApp messages, and images obtained by the Daily Mail reveals that clean-cut Bryon has his own share of secrets. His fetish was his fetish was 3,000 cc plus boobs. Big bubs. 3,000 cc's? 1 cc is like a mini chocolate chip. 2 cc's is like a blueberry. 10 cc's is like a ketchup packet. 3,000. Huh? What? A cc is a milliliter. A milliliter is that's ins that's an insane amount of like unhealthy. 3,000 cc plus. I don't even like most doctors who are like good doctors who actually take their oath into effect probably won't go over 1,000 cc's for your first time at like, and that's at most. Like you should. That's a fuck ton. Like think about a fluid cup. That's 250 milliliters. He has 12. That would be. Imagine a woman with 12 cups of saline. They look like what implant, like 12 cups of titties added onto her already there breasts. That's an insane amount. What the fuck are you talking about, Byron? Sorry. Sorry. Oh. 3,000 cc plus boobs, according to one of the models who communicated extensively with Byron and agreed to describe their conversations to the Daily Mail. Damn. That's a reference to custom-made XXL implants that can hold more than 3,000 cubic... oh my god! 3,000 cubic centimeters of saline per breast. Far greater than surgeons typically recommend. Absolutely. Like, for your... In order to have 3,000 cc's, you would need to probably get somewhere between 200 cc's to 1,000 cc's implants initially. Probably closer to the lower end. And then you would have to wait, get more saline added. Wait, get more saline added. Wait, get more saline added. And it would take years. And that's such a, and it would destroy your breasts. It would, it's such a bad idea. And it's so fucking risky. Like a regular boob job it has its risks. It's been done time and time again, but like, it's still a pretty risky procedure. And coming out of it, you feel like, a lot of the women I've heard talk about it, it's like feeling like they have an elephant sitting on their fucking chest. Like, it's an arduous, tough fucking process. And a lot of women end up feeling like they have, what's it called? Breast implant illness. And after having their implants in for a while, and they end up having to get them removed anyways. So it's just like, we need to promote body positivity, like true body positivity. But at the same time, like, I'm not against plastic surgery at all. At all. Do what you feel you have to feel good. I'm for it. I'm for gender affirming care in all its forms for all sexes. But we have to, like, your safety has to come first. Your health has to come first. That is first and foremost, because you have to understand that those are very dangerous procedures. And 3,000 CP plus boobs is fucking ridiculous. Sorry for the fucking rant, but like, I'm so tired of men. Like, what do you want a fucking cartoon? The fuck? Like, hold on, I gotta get my watermelons to put inside my fucking shirt. Like, what the fuck? How would you even find a bra that big? You would need to, like, I don't know, get some kites? Like, I don't know. You would, well, obviously, custom made, special, but like, damn. Your back, oh my god, could you imagine? Oh, Women struggle with like double D's. Women struggle with like less than that. Oy vey. No, 3,000 cc's of fucking saline. Ooh, just fluid. Called bimbofication, people who modify their body to look like a doll, the Barbie look, she explained. His kink is for huge, ridiculous boobs. Well, bimbofication might be what he, for the women, what that's called for them to like accentuate their sexuality or their gender. But for him, honey, back in my day, we called that a transvestite. That's a cross dresser. CD Cindy. Transvestism. His kink is for huge, ridiculous boobs. There's the happy couple. Byron got in contact with a model using the pseudonym Jason Jackson. Bruh, I mean, that does just sound like some random white guy, but also like Jason Jackson, dude. Oh my god. Like fakename.com. Did you... The fucking witness protection program, fucking ass name. Anyways, complimenting her amazing curves and vowing to worship her like a goddess, according to messages seen by the Daily Mail. In texting audio calls, the pair shared everything from mundane daily chit-chat to spicy banter about her augmented chest. How are your big boobs? Oh, sorry. How are your boobs? Is she supposed to ask them? Like, what do you mean? Like they're dogs? Wait, what? How are your boobs? He asked her. Would you go even bigger? Oh my god. The model sent him an array of topless selfie and lingerie shots. I know that's lingerie, but it's fun to say lingerie. Jason apparently felt relaxed enough to reciprocate and with photos of himself wearing skimpy outfits and lopsided Your boobs are lopsided. Did you see that dude with the lopsided tits? You turn me into a girl. Well, apparently all we need is 2 balloons to do that. You turn me into a girl, he said. Should I put on leggings? No. Girl, get down with your bad self. We don't want to know about it. Like, a PayPal account belonging to Jason Jackson sent the woman regular deposits, typically between $500 and $1,000. Well, he wasn't paying for silence. She says he openly admitted to having a wife and family. He'd say, I love my wife, I want to get better. Then he'd disappear, come back, and start again, the woman added. That's how the closet gay men operate too. He's not gay. I don't think he's gay. He's a secret closet crossy, but he's heterosexual. However, that may work. Over time, the models began to figure out the real identity of their shadowy benefactor. A second woman told the Daily Mail she pocket dialed Jason and was astonished to hear a voicemail greeting saying, "Noem Insurance, leave a message." You have your own insurance company, you can't afford a fucking burner, bro? Or at least just like delete, you didn't think to delete your voicemail message? Like your alcohol, like, girl. A quick Google search pulled up photos of Kristi and Bryon Noem. I was completely shocked, I said. Why are you doing this? I didn't think hot guys did that. Okay. You still thought he was hot after the photo? Never mind. To each their own. To each their own. To each their own. He said I didn't care. He said he didn't care. I thought you should care. Your wife could lose everything she's ever worked for. What? What has she worked for? What are her achievements? Filling up? Killing cricket? She killed her fucking puppy. Fuck this bitch. She deserves to have everything that she ever had ruined. Justice for cricket and the goat. And the goat too. The second woman also read about Kristi's alleged affair with Lewandowski, a longtime GOP operative who married a 9/11 widow, Allison Hardy, in 2005. Her first husband died in 9/11, and her second husband has been cheating on her for like 6 years openly. Corey Lewandowski, you're going to hell. The ninth circle. What the fuck? I hope it's hot, bitch. What? And they have 4 children. My God. I asked Bryon about it, and his response was, I know, there's nothing I can do about it. Isn't that Kristi? That's not a romantic photo. That's supposed to be like, we're colleagues. Siblings are dating, but also dating. Maybe both. It's South Dakota. No offense, South Dakota, but I mean, you elected her. What a fucking mess. Just what a fucking girl. Oof. He's ugly. Or she's ugly. He's not like as a woman, as a girl, he's not a looker. He's definitely not soft. He's not fine or feminine or fresh. He is not serving fresh tilapia honey. He is not good. Ice Barbie begs for prayers as husband's sick fetish exposed. No, bitch, I will not be praying for you. Puppy killer Kristi Noem was in charge of the terroristic fascist regime's militia force. Like, no, I'm not. Was in charge when 2 Americans were gunned down in the street. Like, no, bitch. Was in charge when all the fucking concentration camps got approved to be built. No, fuck you. Sit in your fucking shame, ho. I'm not praying for you. Alright, anyways. I just had to get on here and laugh at Bryon because he is a secret closet crossy. Kristi Noem, puppy killer, Ice Barbie, cosplay extraordinaire. Her husband is a transvestite. Okay, so Cuckoo Cuckoo done screwed the pooch again. Kash Patel has yet again messed up on the Charlie Kirk Kirking case. Charlie Kirk got kirked, and Kash Patel, he kirked the investigation. Anyways, bullet used to kill Charlie Kirk did not match rifle allegedly used by suspect Tyler Robinson. New court filing claims. So, the gun that they said he had it broken down, and then he climbed up to the roof, assembled it on the roof, shot him, deassembled it on the roof, got off the roof, jumped off of it, ran to the woods, and then assembled it again, and then left it there. That's the gun that is in question. That is the story that Kash Patel's FBI presented to the public. I, for one, don't believe that shit for a fucking minute, but I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Like, I don't know. I don't know what I believe when it comes to this fucking case. We've had Joe can't go on Tucker Carlson talking about how he wasn't allowed to investigate foreign ties when it came to this case as the what was he, the director for the National Counterterrorism Center. He wasn't allowed to look into foreign ties with this case. And then we have this where apparently the bullet used to kill Charlie Kirk did not match the rifle. And then we also have that string of text messages that they made public that pretty much nobody fucking believes is him. I mean, it really it could be him. I mean, like people say it sounds like a boomer. It sounds like a Gen X, like an old man. Like, but I mean, he's a weird Mormon teen, or well, he's 20, but like he's 22. I don't know. I wouldn't put it past him to talk like that, but I also feel like I don't trust Cash Patel for as far as I can throw him, which maybe that's a I feel like I might be able to, what is he, a buck 20? I could throw that bitch pretty far. 80 pounds soaking wet. Anyways, not the point. So back to Kirk getting kirked. There's this string of fucking bullshit. And then you also add into the fact that Cash Patel delayed the investigation because he didn't have an FBI jacket because he wanted to have to cosplay as an FBI agent, and it took him like multiple hours to get a women's medium jacket. Um, there's so many different aspects of this. The FBI, one of the lead FBI investigators in the region, had just been fired by Cash Patel because she was a woman, I believe, like anti DEI like push, and then like a couple weeks later, Charlie Kirk got fucking murdered by this pimply faced fucking weirdo Groiper. Like I don't even like it's who knows like. And what is so frustrating about this is that there are so many threads to pull, and then you have crazy ass fucking Candace Owens going on a fucking I don't even know, like just creating a fantasy world of theories of what could have happened, and it's just so unnecessary, and it's actually harming what the truth is. Like it's making it seem like everything is conspiracy theory when it's not. We need to like focus, focus. It is not some fucking like she needs to stop fucking French Legionnaires and fucking shut the fuck up, Candace. Shut the fuck up, okay? Jesus. Like I understand why you're investigating this, but the way you do it is so anathema to what you are actually trying to do. Like it. I mean, grifter's gonna grift, right? But Jesus Christ, she does it crazy. Anyways, on to the article. Oh, also another thing is that this rifle, everybody said, everybody with knowledge of guns said that his neck should have been like blown off, and I don't even think it made an exit wound, did it? I don't remember. It was been so much shit came out about that, but I do remember one of the doctors saying like, "Oh, he had like a neck of steel. He's like the man of steel, and it didn't go through or blah 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 blah." And and then there was all those YouTube accounts that were doing like demos of the gun on certain things. And granted, that's not a human body, and it's very different. But there's so many different aspects of this where you just have to question what's going on with the investigation, and then you realize the investigation is being run by a boob. Cash Patel, Cash Patel, podcaster, Cash Patel, former mediocre attorney for like district attorney. What was he like? I don't even know. And he wasn't anything special. Went on to be a podcaster, wrote a children's book about fucking Trump glazing his fucking nuts for like his main goal in going into the FBI, taking this role as director of the FBI, the former role of J. Edgar Hoover, that old dead racist fuck. That motherfucker, his sole goal, Kash Patel, Cuckoo, Patty, his sole goal was to release the Epstein files and drain the swamp. What has he done since then? Get taxpayer funded booty calls around the fucking country with his shitty country music girlfriend, aspiring country music singer, Alexis, the greatest patriot to have ever lived. What the fuck did he say? Some bullshit. Like, I don't understand. Like, I, what, I, Stephen Miller is accomplishing a lot of the goals that he set out to do. He wants a white, like, ethno-nationalist America. Look what's happening with ICE. Look at how many people have deported. Look around. Even like people like Kristi Noem, she wanted attention and to get photo ops and ads out. She did that. She got fired, but she did that. Fucking Marco Rubio wanted to destroy half of Latin America and then Cuba. He's destroying Cuba. He destroyed, well, he didn't destroy, but look at what happened with Venezuela. Like, there's so many people in this regime that are actually doing the things that they set out to do. The only fucking person that I can think of that is not that's the lie, Kash Patel and Tulsi Gabbard. Those two motherfuckers are doing the exact opposite of what they set out to do and what they went in believing they were going to do. And I think that infuriates me more than even like Stephen Miller. Like, Stephen Miller is way worse for society and like he's way bigger of a problem. But Kash Patel infuriates me. A fucking boob. Like, oh my god. Jesus. The bullet that killed conservative commentator Charlie Kirk may not match the rifle used by suspected killer Tyler Robinson, a bombshell new court filing states. Robinson, 22, is facing capital murder charges and a potential death sentence for Kirk's murder at Utah Valley University on September 10th. 9/10, as the conservatives put it. But his But his defense attorneys now argue that the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives was unable to identify the bullet recovered at autopsy to the rifle allegedly tied to Mr. Robinson. So there's so many. This obviously it's inconclusive, right? Was unable to identify. It's not a sure thing. I think they had to test it some more. But if this is true, like what this raises so many fucking questions. On top of that, where did the fucking rifle come from? And if it didn't shoot the fucking bullet, where is the gun? If it wasn't like you said you tracked the path of Tyler Robinson, he turned himself in. Why wouldn't he have brought the gun, or like why wouldn't he have had the gun or told you, or like this on top of that fucking string of text messages that everybody is questioning? It's I don't put it past Dan Bonbimo and fucking Cuckoo Patel to fucking not plant some fucking evidence. And then what? And then what? If they planted the tiniest bit of evidence, this kid is off. And then what? Like, truly, and then what? Then they have nobody. This is fucking insane. And part of what is so bad about this is the fact that they stopped other investigation, like expert investigators, people who are leading places like the National Center for Counterterrorism, like Joe Kent, who was cut out and told to stop looking into it. So if it isn't Tyler Robinson, all of the other leads of people it could have been are pretty much dead cold in the water. It's been months. How are you going to investigate things that happened months ago? People's memory starts to fade within a couple hours. Like, eyewitness accounts are actually not that good. And it's been months. Like, what the... Girl. What a fucking shit show. Good job, Patty. Good job, Cuckoo Cachoo. Dumbass. The defense team may now offer the ATF firearm analysis testimony as exculpatory evidence, they said in a motion filed on Friday to push the preliminary hearing back at least 6 months, Fox News reports. So, like, the defense team may now use this as evidence that it was not him. Like, to say, like, obviously, you can't charge him with a crime. If the bullet don't fit, you must acquit. Or, like, sorry. That glove did fit, though. Not the point. He also notes that DNA reports filed by the FBI and ATF will take time for the defense team to analyze because reports indicated that several different DNA samples were found on some items of evidence. Wow. Great. So this is like, there's multiple different directions to go in. The investigation was shit, and so the evidence was mishandled, which won't go well for a fucking trial. Like, that mishandled evidence, yeah, that's gonna be good for for this already shaky trial. Jesus fuck. Like, or maybe there was some DNA left on it from his family, but his family shared DNA with him, so it would be pretty easy to rule out. And then you're left with a whole fuck ton of options. And I don't, none of them are good. As these cases indicate, determining the number of contributors to DNA mixture and determining whether the FBI and the ATF reliably applied, validated, and correct scientific procedures is a complicated process which requires the assistance of various types of experts, including forensic biologists, geneticists, system engineers, and statisticians, all of whom review and evaluate several different categories the filing states, according to Deseret News. Yeah, and there's so many different places in the process where if there's a mishandling of evidence in any single of these labs, there is precedent of people getting off for that. And it fucking sucks, but this is why you need to have competent people in charge. Like, the only thing that actually trickles down is incompetence. Like, there's nothing that actually will ever trickle up. Money trickling up is a fucking lie. Reaganomics, it's been working so well. The fuck? Nothing trickles down except for fucking incompetence. Look at Donald Trump, look at his cabinet, look at the FBI. Kash Patel is incompetent and everybody under him is suffering because of it. Robinson's attorneys have added that they have received about 20,000 electronic audio files, videos, and written documents that prosecutors have presented as evidence in the case. 20,000 electronic audio files? Of what? Like, of what? Did they like seize all of his history, and they're gonna present all of his online history as a teen? Jesus fuck! What a I, God, he's homely, isn't he? That's the point. Sorry. Anyways, I just had to get on here and rant about this because it's fucking insane. Like, how many times is Kash Patel going to screw up? Like, how many fucking times? I mean, you get what you fucking get when you fucking have him heading the FBI. Jesus. And I'll leave you with this. This is by Eamon Animations. Go follow Eamon Animations if you don't already. I still watch his Ethan Klein video from time to time. It's really good. So let's watch. He put this out, I think it was today or the day before.
I don't know how Jeffrey Epstein died. I'm not going to sit here and tell you. I wasn't there. All I can tell you is it's awfully suspicious how that happened. Oh, look, the camera's broke. Folks, the Epstein client list is a huge deal. It is that there is a connected class of insiders that feel that they can get away with anything because they can. There is a reason this client list is hidden.
He killed himself. Again, you want me to get... I've seen the whole file. He killed himself.
Who, if anyone, did Epstein traffic these young women to?
Himself.
The eye is killing me. Also, the look. This is so fucking good. Eamon Animations is so fucking good at like. Oh my god.
Did Epstein traffic these young women
X
to?
videos.
Himself. There is no credible information. None.
Because Donald Trump, the Dow.
The Dow?
Was over $50,000. I don't know why you're laughing.
To our steadfast partner, Israel, your mission is being executed with unmatched skill and iron determination.
It's a good thing to have a lot of losers. I always like to hang around with losers, actually, because it makes me feel better.
We know. Look at JD's head. Also, Bambino's. Oh my god. He is so fucking good. God. Fuck. We need to fund animation. Alright, boys and girls, have a good night. That was... What a shit show. Okay, so Pamela Jo Bondi, Attorney General to the United States, has been canned. Yes, the Dow is no longer at 50,000 and she's... But in all seriousness, Pamela Jo Bondi has been fired. Thank God. We don't have to fucking deal with her in congressional hearings anymore being hysterical. But we do one more time. We'll get into it. I'm honestly surprised. Like, I thought, I called out in a video, I think it was when Kristi Noem got fired. I said, like, the next one probably to be fired will be Tulsi Gabbard. Because we're going down the list. And I don't think it's a mistake that the first two people he officially fired were women. I don't think that is I don't think it's by coincidence, let's say. Like it's not. I know it's not. And I even said in that video too that I feel like Dan Bongino, I feel like they gave him the soft boot because in the first term, Trump's cabinet was a revolving door, bitch. It was in and out. People were getting fired left and right, and he felt like that didn't project power. It made him look weak or whatever. And so this term, he was trying to hold out for as long as he could. And it's been a year now. And he started with Kristi Noem. And I feel like before the year was out, I feel like they kind of gave Bongino the soft boot. Because they gave him, either they gave him the soft boot or he saw that he was about to be fired. And he got out before they could. But for months, Dan Bongino's role, the deputy director of the FBI, had been filled by two people. There was another, I forget what his name is, but the guy who's in the deputy director of the FBI position right now, he was hired to be co-deputy with Dan Bongino because he couldn't do his job. Usually there's one person in that job. And then for like months, there was two people doing it. And I feel like Dan Bombino got the fucking message and he was like, okay, I need to get the fuck out of here or I'm going to get fucking fired. Or they gave him the courtesy of like, we're about to give you the boot, but you can quit if you want to. A courtesy probably that will only be levied to the men, but we'll see. And I will say the next person, I was wrong this time, but the next person to be fired will be Tulsi Gabbard. And there is evidence for that. Like there is reporting for that, but I do think it will be her because that woman, like, she's supposed to be anti-war. She literally like sold shirts with like anti-war in Iran shirts. Fucking dumbass. And they literally said when they were doing this war, when they were starting the war and they were talking about it, they were doing meetings and everything. They said that her title, DNI, Director of National Intelligence, stood for Do Not Invite. That's how much they were like icing her out. And like, I mean, all of these people are really just puppets. Like they're just faces of organizations so that the people behind the scenes can run them, aka Russell Vought, Stephen Miller, Marco Rubio, Peter Thiel, the fucking oligarchy, Netanyahu, apparently Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner, whatever the fuck their positions are. Oh wait, Jared Kushner doesn't have a position. His position within the cabinet is actually, right, son-in-law. The fuck? All right, let's get into this. Trump fires Pam Bondi, a loyalist and ally, as Attorney General. Bye-bye, Bondi. Bondi earned President's ire over handling release of Epstein files and failing to prosecute his political enemies. So, honestly, her handling of the Epstein files was so fucking bad. Because if you were on Trump's side of like, you want them covered up, she did a terrible job. And then if you're on the rest of our side, people with their heads screwed on tight and who have a soul, we want them released. She did not do that in accordance with the law that was passed, saying that she had to. She only released half of the files that she has, and then almost all of them were like redacted to fucking shit, like to the point that we cannot see anything, almost any new information. Like, and so many of the co-conspirators were redacted, and the victims weren't. So, on either side of this spectrum, she fucked up in a colossal way. But I don't think that's why he fired her. I mean, like, it probably has part of it, but the second part of that, and failing to prosecute his political enemies. I think it has more to do with that. She has not been successful in the 84 lawsuits she's tried to fucking file against all of his political enemies for bullshit fucking reasons. And I think he just got over it. I mean, Pam Bondi literally attended the Supreme Court hearing with him yesterday. Like, shoulder to shoulder. Sitting next to each other. He was her date. She was his date. So he could go over and like menace the Supreme Court. Like, just fucking Jesus Christ. Donald Trump has fired Pam Bondi, the U.S. Attorney General, dismissing a loyalist who reshaped the Justice Department but failed to please a president fixated on prosecuting political enemies and frustrated with the politically explosive release of the Jeffrey Epstein files. Trump posted on social media. Of course he did. Pam Bondi is a great American patriot and a loyal friend who faithfully served as my Attorney General over the past year. Pam did a tremendous job overseeing a massive crackdown in crime across our country. With murders plummeting to their lowest level since 1900, we love Pam. we love Pam. And she will be transitioning to a much needed and important new job in the private sector. Okay. To be announced at a date in the near future. And our Deputy Attorney General and our very very talented and respected legal mind, Todd Blanche. That's the first time that sentence has ever been said aloud in this timeline on this universe, because nobody's ever said that. Todd Blanche will step in to serve as acting attorney general. Thank you for your attention to... We know who you are, bitch. We know. It says right there, Donald J. Trump, at the top of the fucking post on the social media platform that you fucking own, bitch. Anyways, Jesus fucking Christ. What a piece of fucking, like, what an idiot. Also, this whole post is literally just screaming to me, don't fuck me over, Pam. Don't fuck me over, Pam. We love you, Pam. Don't fuck me over. Like, sucking up to her while firing her. Don't complain to us. This is like your employer, like, firing you unjustly and also, like, begging you not to go to the labor board. Like, please don't leak any of my secrets, but also, bye. What a piece of shit. The president added that Todd Blanche, the deputy attorney general, would serve as an acting attorney general. Lee Zeldin, a former New York congressman who now leads the Environmental Protection Agency, which everything that's come out of this agency, in the EPA, this term, has been the opposite of protecting the environment. They've actually been lifting everything and trying to maximize profits and adding a ton of carcinogenic substances to the fucking crops, to food, to blah, 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 blah. They've been lifting smog regulations and carbon regulations of how much places are allowed to pollute the air. And this person is clearly like sociopathic tendencies, because if that's what you're doing that's how you spend your time, just actively figuring out ways to let people burn the planet to a crisp. How old is this fuck? We're gonna have to look it up, because what the fuck? Ew. I thought he was gonna be like 80. Ew. No wonder he's so mean. He looks like that. Anyways. Fucking chunk from... You hills have eye ass looking motherfucker. Get the fuck out of here, you fucking bitch. Sorry. Anyways. Lee Zeldin is said to be a top contender to replace Bondi. In a statement, Bondi said she was thrilled about moving to an important private sector role. I'm sure. And then she posted on social media too, and I pulled that up as well. Over the next month, I will be working tirelessly to transition the Office of Attorney General to the amazing Todd Blanche before moving to an important private sector role I am thrilled about, and where I will continue fighting for President Trump and this administration. How? In what role? We don't want you here, Patrice. Get out of here. Bye, Pamela Joe. Just leave. Leading President Trump's historic and highly successful efforts to make America safer and more secure has been the honor of a lifetime, and easily the most consequential. Since February, we have secured the lowest murder rate, first ever terrorism convictions. First ever terrorism convictions against members of Antifa! Ah! She's deranged. She's a fucking loon. Good riddance. Holy fuck. Shattered domestic and transnational gangs across the country. Name them. Trendaragua? Oh my god. Taking custody of more than 90 key cartel figures and won 24 favorable rulings at the Supreme Court. That had nothing to do with you, bitch. That had everything to do with the fact that they're all corrupt as fuck and conservative as fuck. The hell? Fascist as fuck. Let's be real. I remain eternally grateful for the trust that President Trump placed in me to make America safe again, bitch. He put the trust in you to not leak the fucking Epstein files. You bitch. And guess what you did? You did not. You actually chose that old, demented, rotted, Jabba the Hutt looking motherfucker over hundreds of victims who were little girls. You are a demon. Like a demon. Like you need to go to hell. The ninth circle. I don't want to see your face ever again. What does J. Aubrey have to say? Hitler dead. Connor eats pants. Are you free on Friday? Gen Z fans of former... Connor fucking kills me. Anyways, back to the article. During her 14 months as Attorney General, Bondi presided over a major purging of career Justice Department staff, shifted focus away from criminal prosecutions towards immigration cases, and spearheaded the defense of Trump's towering stack of executive orders as they face legal challenges. Wow, you did such a good job. She laid a bunch of people off, stopped prosecuting criminal cases to focus on immigration, and then defended Trump's maniacal, unconstitutional executive orders. Wow. You really did some good, Pamela Joe. What a cunt. But she will be perhaps best remembered for complying with Trump's public demand last year that federal prosecutors bring criminal charges against his personal enemies. Within 3 weeks, federal prosecutors had indicted James Comey, a former FBI director, and Letitia James, the New York Attorney General. Trump had grown increasingly impatient in recent months with her handling of the Epstein documents, which have become a continuing liability to the White House. Democrats say Bondi cannot escape a congressional subpoena scheduled for later this month over her handling of the files, and will be expected to be back in front of lawmakers. So just expect another fucking hysterical showdown. But at this point, like, she is not even really beholden to it. Well, actually, that's not true at all. Every single one of these people have committed crimes up their ass. Crimes up the fucking ass, bro. So every single one of them needs a pardon before Trump leaves office, if the, God willing. But so they are technically all beholden to him still. Like Kristi Noem, she definitely needs a pardon. Like there's so many of these people. Pam Bondi broke the fucking law that was passed into effect about the fucking Epstein files. Like they all broke so many fucking laws. So they all need fucking pardons. But somebody needs to go out guns a-blazing. Just tell everything. Last time, all the fucking Trump people wrote books and shit. That was nice. Like tell-alls. But I don't think that's going to happen this time. Because if they did the tell-alls, they would be arrested. Anyways. But what is she going to say now? The Dow's not at 50,000. The Dow is not at 50,000. You can't... What a crazy woman. Pam Bondi and Donald Trump may think her firing gets her out of testifying to the Oversight Committee. Robert Garcia, the ranking member of the House Oversight Committee, said in a statement after her firing, "They are wrong, and we look forward to hearing from her under oath." You're not getting out of this one, Pamela Joe. You're shit out of luck. The Senate minority... Sorry. I just that's just my I forgot that he made a statement. This man infuriates me to no end. There's people that just like people like Kash Patel. He makes me really angry. Just the incompetence, and then just his attitude and weird dorkiness about his incompetence, and then we'll see you in Valhalla, brother. You're Hindu. Shut the fuck up. Anyways. Chuck Schumer? He makes my blood boil. Like, actually boil. It starts to bubble inside of my body because I get so fucking hot thinking about that man. Holy shit. Like, steam out the ears, whole fucking 9 yards, bitch. I hate that motherfucker. Jesus fuck. Get him out. Get him out. The fuck? Where are you now, Fight Club? Elizabeth Warren, Bernie Sanders, Chris, the other ones. Where are you now? Shittiest fucking Fight Club I've ever fucking seen. Jesus Christ. I watched Fight Club 1,000 times. I love that movie. Did you miss it? Did you not watch it? What fucking movie were you watching, bitch? The fuck is this? Get Chuck Schumer out of here with his Zionist ass. The fuck? It's APAC millions. Anyways, sorry. I just hate him so much. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer responded to Bondi's firing by saying, "Good riddance." And added in his statement that the rot at the Department of Justice begins and ends with Donald Trump. And I'm going to do nothing about it. That's what it, like, he just makes statements when he's asked. Like, specifically when he's asked. Usually. Like, where has he been? We are 2 days into this illegal and offensive war in Iran, that war crimes are committed every single fucking day. Schools have been targeted, universities, elementary schools, hospitals, medical clinics. Power plants are being threatened. Bridges are being bombed. All these are war crimes. Desalination plants are being threatened. Huge war crime. Where is Chuck Schumer? He is the Senate Minority Leader. He should be banging the drum every single fucking day. Look, this is what's happening in Iran. This is what we're doing. Look at all this fucking destruction that we're causing. This is where your taxpayer dollars are going. Where is he? I have no fucking clue. I haven't seen him. Have you? I honestly think if I went around American cities and I took a picture of Chuck Schumer and said, "Who is this?" most people would have no fucking clue. And that is the problem. Every single person in America should know who the highest authority within the Democratic Party is at the current moment in time. Because that is his role. It goes the House, the Senate, and then the President. The executive. Why is Chuck Schumer not out banging the drum every single fucking day? He should be on the news every night. He's not. There is a reason for that. He wants the war. He is supportive of the war. And that's why the only reason that the only thing that he'll actually come out and say against it is that Trump didn't follow the process. Trump didn't follow the rules. He didn't get a congressional approval. Not that it's an illegal and offensive war of choice for no reason. We had no intelligence or evidence that they were even planning on making a nuclear weapon, nor did they have plans of attacking anybody. So, on principle, he should be coming out and saying, this is a violation of human rights. Like this is a violation of human rights. And on fucking principle, this is not what we stand for. This is not what the Democratic Party will vote for. This is not what we will fund. This is not what we will support. We are the anti-war party. We are not the anti-forever war party. We are the anti-war party. You need to come up with a fucking message, because I'm pretty sure the Democratic approval for this fucking war, this illegal and offensive war of choice that's costing billions and billions of dollars every single fucking day, is in the, I think, single digits among Democrats. And if it's not, it's in the teens. So why the fuck can't you get out here and message that this is wrong, this is illegal, this is offensive, these are war crimes. Donald Trump is a war criminal. Benjamin Netanyahu is a war criminal. Benjamin Netanyahu, he committed a fucking genocide in Gaza. He invaded Lebanon, and it is committing war crimes every single fucking day. Thousands of people are dead, innocent civilians. Oh, wait, I remember. Oh, right. He can't come out and say all this because he's bought and paid for like a fucking prostitute by AIPAC. Fuck you, Chuck Schumer. Sorry for the tangent. I just really hate that fucker. Damn. Bondi is the second cabinet secretary and woman to be ousted in recent weeks. Yes, so I was kind of like talking about that earlier. She is the second woman, and I do believe the next one will also probably be a woman. And the first man to be officially fired will probably be a person of color or Scott Bessent, because he's a gay. But, you know, that's how it works. Especially when you fucking sign on to work for a fucking fascist, misogynist, rapist, criminal. Who knew the racist would be racist? Oh. You mean Trump secretly plots firing top goon who embarrassed him? I think we need to retire the term goon in this context. Maybe in all context. Maybe we just retire the word. We don't need it anymore. President Donald Trump has privately surveyed close aides on whether he should axe another top official who embarrassed him, a new report alleges. Just as he did before firing his former Department of Homeland Security boss, Kristi Noem, two administration officials tell The Guardian that Trump has polled his cabinet on whether he should also remove the Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard. Bye-bye, Tulsi. You will not be missed with your dumbass villain streak, you fake bitch. This is a woman who ran for president as a Democrat and is now working for the Republican. And it was like her one thing that she was like really principled on was like anti-war. What a joke. What a joke. And do you know what having principles looks like, Tulsi? You can look to your ally and friend, Joe Kent. That's what having principles looks like. And that motherfucker is a loon. He's crazy. He fucking hangs out with like Proud Boys and white, like he's like a white nationalist. He's a fucking weirdo. But a broken clock is right twice a day. And that motherfucker had the balls to do what you did not. Some advisors are cautioning against axing at Gabbard, warning that a second high-profile ouster in as many months without a clear successor lined up could do more harm than good, sources told the paper. Girl, I don't think he cares. Like, and regardless, none of these people are actually running these administrations. Like, they're all just puppets for one of the three fuckers who are actually running the fucking country. Rubio, Miller, Vaught. Gabbard reportedly wrangled Trump when she refused to condemn Joe Kent, the former director of the National Counterterrorism Center, who resigned over his opposition to the Iran war. Right, because he's principled. He has a principled stance, which he will not move from. Like having morals. Probably weird concept, hard concept for you to grab, Tulsi, huh? Sources told Fox News that Gabbard declined to fire Kent despite being the White House. What? I thought it was me that fucked that up. Sources told Fox News that Gabbard declined to fire Kent despite being the White House urging her to. That's not grammatical. I'm sitting here questioning myself now. Like that's incorrect. Despite no. I don't think that's supposed to be there. The report suggesting that Gabbard is on thin ice comes as Trump 79 reportedly weighs whether to cut loose Attorney General Pam Bondi too. Womp womp. Well, I had a vision. It's what happened. Oh my god, I saw the future. She got fired. Anyways, sorry. The president has a preferred successor for Bondi, sources told the New York Times. Lee Zeldin, blah blah blah. We already talked about him. Fuck that dude, bitch. Zeldin was notably seated in the front row during Trump's address, something speculated to be a foreboding nod to Bondi. Oh, so he was at the speech last night? Jesus Christ. I was gonna watch that because I'm trying to be caught up with stuff for doing like what I do. And before it started, I was like, he's not gonna make any new announcements. He's not gonna. There's nothing of substance or value is going to come from this. I'm not fucking watching it. And guess what? I was absolutely 110% correct. What a joke. What, like, another joke. This is Tulsi Gabbard's shirts that she used to fucking sell. That no war with Iran. Where are you now, Tulsi? Where are you? It took like what? 2020? Only what? 6 years? It took for you to lose your spine? You better go fucking find it, bitch. Jesus fuck. Like what a fucking joke. Like all these people are fucking jokes. I mean, it just goes to show Trump was 1000% telling the truth when, well, we already knew he was, but when he said he surrounds himself with losers, God, does that get proven every single fucking day? Holy shit.